Good afternoon. This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jarrod Horak, and this is the video feature race of the week. Actually, we have two races we're going to do this week, the Frizette and the Champagne from Belmont Park. Let's see if we can keep our roll going in the Pennsylvania Derby on September 20th. We gave out the trifecta, the Jockey Club Gold Cup on September 27th. We had the exacta. Let's see if we can at least get something going here and keep that roll going right into Belmont Park. Belmont Park race 6 for Saturday, October 4th. It's going to be the Grade 1 Frizette, 2-year-old fillies, and they're going to be traveling 1 mile on the main track. Cavorting is going to break from the inside at 5-2. 2 for 2 lifetime, has won at Belmont, has won at Saratoga, won the Adirondack last time. A very talented filly for Karen McLaughlin. She's a solid threat in here. Breaking next to her is Wonder Gal. She's the value, and I'm going to make her my top play. She's 6-1. She broke her maiden by 14 lengths at Belmont Park. And then last time she was a troubled third behind Cavorting from post position 1 in that Adirondack. Cornelia Velasquet is going to get aboard today. And now she breaks outside of Cavorting. So maybe that little bit of an edge getting off the rail, coming back to Belmont where she had such a big race in that debut. And then she's also 6-1. So all those factors, I'll make her my top choice. Ring Knocker is going to be the next one in line. Long shot in here. Was second in both starts at Saratoga. It's going to go on first time Lasix. This one is bred for 2 turns. I think one to watch over the long run. I'm not sure if this is the race for her, but I think you can keep an eye on her. I think as they get around 2 turns and she gets older, she's going to continue to improve. Feathered for Todd Plecher. This one's 7-2. I broke her maiden by 9 3/4 lengths at Saratoga on August 31st at 7 furlongs. And now she's going to try to step into stakes company. We'll have to see how good she is. She's going to take a decent amount of money because she's from the Plecher barn. CAYMAN CROC is the next one. Delaware Park maiden breaker at 1 mile on August 13th, and then the runner-up came back to win. This is probably a tough spot for this one. She's 12-1. Condo Commando, your morning line favorite at 2-1. She's done nothing wrong. Her last 2 starts, first by 13 and first by 12, but I don't like playing horses that come off of big wins in the slop and earn big numbers, and that's what she did. She last time in the spin-away, she just romped. I think it was the wet track. A lot of times wet track, you get a horse with speed, they get out there, the field gets very strung out, they get decent inflated numbers, and then they don't run back as well when they catch a fast track. So I'll try to beat her in here, but I know she does have talent, and she's certainly fast. And then By the Moon, she was second in the spin-away last time out. She's 8-1 morning line. This is how I'm going to play this one. We're going to make a $20 win wager on Wonder Gal, and we're going to play a $10 exacta box with Cavorting and Wonder Gal. Let's jump over to the Champagne. That'll be race 8. This is for 2-year-old males, and they're going to be going 1 mile on the main track. Kabeir, number 1, is going to break from the inside post, and this one's going to be my top choice. 5-2 morning line. Last time out, broke the maiden by 10 lengths at Saratoga. That was at 7 furlongs, got a good speed figure that day, has back-to-back Belmont Bullet workouts, so training well, coming off that big win. This looks like the speed of the field. From the inside, I think they're going to go right to the front, and if he can duplicate that last race, and based on the workouts, it looks like he should run at least as well, and if he can get loose, he's going to be tough to catch. Upstart's going to break next to him. A solid New York bred, is 2 for 2. I like his professionalism that he's shown in his first 2 starts, tracking the pace. Should get some speed to run at in here. He won at 5.5 furlongs, and then he won at 6.5 furlongs at Saratoga. The only question is, can he transfer his Saratoga form to Belmont Park? He's 7-2. I think he's going to sit a nice trip. I spent it 6-1 morning line. I can't see how that morning line's going to hold up on this one. I broke his maiden at Belmont first time out. Then he won the Saratoga Special. He overcame trouble, and then he was second in the Hopeful last time. So he's coming off of, he's a graded stakes winner. He comes off of a second in a grade 1 in a stakes race, and I think there's no way he's going to go off the 6-1 in here. We'll have to see if he can improve as he's stretching out a little bit in distance for Anthony Dutrow. A Holy Boss, first by 10 lengths at Churchill Downs in his maiden win for Steve Asmussen. The key, I think, to his win, if you look at his speed figures, he was fast early, and then he slowed it down in the middle, and then he was fast late. That's a typical pattern in some of those maiden races, but then when they step up to face graded stakes horses and the pace pressure in the middle of the race is much quicker, they're not able to keep up. And we'll see if that's the case with this one. Obviously has a lot of promise after 1 career win, but I see some vulnerability, in pace vulnerability with this one. The Truth or Else is next in line. This one was first at Belmont Park on September 12th. Ken McPeak's the trainer. He's going to wheel back up pretty quick into this race. And then Daredevil for Todd Plecher. Broke his maiden on September 13th at Belmont Park. An easy win, but that was in the mud. As we mentioned earlier with Condo Commando, don't really know how good this one is. Coming off that huge win in the mud, and now he's going to step up 3 weeks later, face Stakes Company, and is drawn well. I like that outside post. Plecher's won this race, I think, 5 times, so he's going to throw this one in there. I think he is a threat. But he's not going to offer the value. I said he's a contender, but he's an underlaid contender. He's probably going to go down from that 2-to-1 morning line. This is how we're going to play this one. We're going to make a $20 win wager on El Kabeir, and then we're going to play a $10 exacta box with El Kabeir and Upstart, that New York bred, that's 2 for 2. Follow Horse Racing Nation and Derby Wars on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. If you go over to DerbyWars.com, we have a $25,000 game on Saturday, October 4th. Keeneland's going to be starting this weekend. They have the Fall Stars weekend. All those big races at Keeneland, they're all going to be part of that $25,000 game at Derby Wars. So go over to DerbyWars.com for more details. If you go over to Pick6blog.com for Saturday, October 4th, I'm going to have the late Pick 4 tickets from Keeneland. Now, if you were lucky enough to go over to Pick6blog.com last Sunday, I did a late Pick 4 from Belmont, and it came in. All 4 of my suggested tickets came in. The return was, I think it was like $1,300 or $1,400. So it was a big return. I suggested 4 tickets. They all came in, and it was a nice profit. So if you go over to Pick6blog.com for Saturday, October 4th, I'll have Pick 4 tickets, late Pick 4 tickets from Keeneland. That'll wrap up this week's video. We'll be back next week with another big race.